Hey guys, Greg here. Let's solve merge strings alternately, Leetcode number 1768. So we're given two strings called word1 and word2, and we're told to merge the strings by adding letters in an alternating order. And we're going to start with word1. And if a string is longer than the other one, you want to append the additional letters onto the end of the merged string, and then return that string. Okay, let's look at an example here. So if we have word 1 is ABC and word 2 is PQR, you want to start at word 1. So you'd start with A and then you would go to P and then B and Q and C and R. That's exactly what they have there. They have it in this zigzag pattern and you'd want to return that string. Okay, now example 2 shows if one string is longer than the other one, we have AB and PQRS. So you'd do A and then P and then B and then Q, but then we're out of letters of word 1, so then you'd want to just get the rest of word 2, RS. So again, that's A, P, B, Q, and then RS. Okay, so as we know, we would want the zigzag pattern. So it would be A, then P, then B, then Q, then C, R, and then the rest of word 2, which is S and T. Okay, so to go about doing that, now I'm going to get two variables. Capital A is going to be the length of word 1, which is equal to 3, and capital B is equal to the length of word 2, which is equal to 5. And then I'm going to get two indices, lowercase a and lowercase b, that are going to help loop over the strings. So we'll have A here and B here. So those will both be set to 0 at the beginning. Now I also want to have a variable that's denoting which word we're using. So that'll just be an integer. We'll mark that as number 1, saying we're starting with word 1. Okay, so then what we're going to do here is build up a string, call it S, and the first character is going to be word 1 at its index of A. So right here, we will make this the first character. And then since we use that character, we'd want to move over our index of lowercase a. And then since we used a character from word 1, we want to switch this over to be word 2. Okay, we're using word 2, we would use word 2 at B, and so we'll make the next character AP, we will increment over B, and we'll flip this back to word 1. Okay, so we're going to do this a few times here. We would then use word 1 at A, which is going to be B, and then we would move over A, we would switch this back to word 2, we'd use word 2 at B, and so that's going to be a Q, we would increment this over, and we switch this back to word 1. Okay, now here, we'll use word 1 at A, so we'll make this a C, and we move this and then it goes out of bounds. Okay, so we're still going to switch this over to be word 2, but then when we set this to be an R and we move this over, well, now A is out of bounds, so we want to use all of the characters remaining from word 2. So we would add S on the end here, we'd move over B, and we would add T at the end, and then B would go out of bounds, and then we're done. Okay, now the interesting question about this is what data type do we make S? Well, of course you'd want it to be a string because you need to return a string. However, if this is a string, well then what we're doing has actually been very inefficient, because basically if you need to add a new character to this, say we had a Z at the end here, if you needed to add a Z, well then if you wanted to append to this string adding a Z, well, strings are immutable objects, at least in Python, and so if you tried to append a character Z, well then it would have to copy all of this stuff here. It would basically say, okay, you want a new string which looks like all of these characters here, but then you would want a Z at the end. And so that is an O of N operation in terms of the length of that current string. As this thing grows and grows, it's going to be more and more inefficient to add an extra character. So you really don't want to make this a string. What you would do, you would make S be an empty list. So let's start this over here and let's kind of ignore our word thing here. What you would do is you would have this at the beginning and then you would make this an empty list. And what you would do is add the string of the character. So you'd say, okay, let's add A and move this over. Then we need to add a P. Okay, let's do that and move this over. And as you did that, it's always going to be an O of 1, or at least on average, it's an O of 1 operation to append a character to this list. And so it's going to be much more efficient if you make this a list. And then all you would need to do is at the very end, after you've built up your whole list here. So if you built up that as a list of strings, then all you would need to do at the end, you would do what's called a join, so a string join, and this would basically turn this list into a string in O of N time. That would then make the string that we actually want, which is all of the characters together in just one string. Okay, so we'll get A and B, where A is going to be the length of word 1, and B is going to be the length of word 2, and we can write it in one line like that. Okay, similarly, we'll get their indices starting at 0, so lowercase a and b are both going to be zeros, And then we don't want to use a string here. We want to build it up as a list, as we saw. And we'll say that we're starting with word 1. This will flip-flop between 1 and 2. Okay, then while both of our indices are in bounds, so while lowercase a is less than capital A and lowercase b is less than capital B, you want to switch this based off of which word we're using. So if the word is currently word 1, okay, then we want to s.append with word 1 at its index of a. Then we want to increment our index a, and we want to flip words. So now we want to switch it to word 2. Now otherwise, it's going to be the opposite effect here. Otherwise, it's going to mean that word is equal to 2. So we'd want to s.append with word 2 at b. Then we want to increment our b index, and we'll flip it back to word 1. Okay, now after we get out of this, we're in the case of either A is out of bounds or B is out of bounds. And so we want to use the rest of whichever word we have. Now we can solve this problem by doing 2 loops. While A is less than A, we'll s.append word 1 at A. So we'll use that character, and then we will increment A until that is depleted. Okay, and then we'll just write the opposite loop, which I'll just copy and paste here because it's while B is less than capital B, we'll take a letter from word 2 using the index of B, and we will increment B. So after we are out here, only one of these 2 loops here is actually going to run, but if we have them both in here, then it's going to catch whichever case it happens to be. Okay, I'll zoom out here, and then at the end, you would just want to return the string version of your list. So you want to join up that list of characters into a string. And we can do that with return the empty string, so just double single quote there, dot join with the list s. And this is going to have a time complexity of big O of A plus B, where A is the length of word 1 and B is the length of word 2, and the space complexity, well, we're also storing all of those characters as well. So the space complexity is also going to be big O of A plus B. Okay, so if you run that, this is going to work. We will pass our submission cases, and we're good to go. So I hope this was helpful, guys. Drop a like if it was, and have a great day. Bye-bye.